Hollyoaks has confirmed that Jeremy Blake and John Paul McQueen's wedding will descend into chaos next week, as two of Jez's secrets grow closer to being exposed. As secrets and lies threaten to destroy the couple's big day, will they manage to tie the knot, or will Jez's villainy be made public? While John Paul has been excitedly planning their nuptials, Jez has been desperately covering up his string of crimes. He's slept with Liberty to stop her discovering his book of murders, killed Bobby's social worker to prevent the truth about Dennis' death coming to light, and is currently holding Robbie hostage in his shed. Following their surprise passion, Liberty has become infatuated with Jez, and her jealousy means that their secret liaison could be revealed. Dodger wants answers from his sister, our source says, and he tries to get Liberty to admit that she has been having an affair with Jez. But as the tension rises, he gets a game-changing phone call, the tragic news that Dennis' remains have been found. Meanwhile, as the Blakes learn the update about Dennis, John Paul grows more suspicious about his fiancée on the eve of the wedding. John Paul tells Jez that he's unsure whether he really loves him, but his makes the secret killer snap. Jez smashes a mirror in a violent rage, leaving John Paul frightened. On the day of the wedding, Jez is determined to tie up all his loose ends and make a fresh start. But as the ceremony grows closer, John Paul doesn't know whether he wants to go through with it. Jez clearly isn't bothered about superstitions, as he seeks out John Paul before the wedding and begs him to give him another chance, explains our insider. The Blakes and the McQueens then gather in the village for the ceremony, and Jez must wait and see if he's done enough to save his relationship. To Jez's relief and delight, John Paul arrives at the altar in time and the couple prepare to say their vows. But in true Hollyoaks style, things don't go smoothly. As the aftermath of the wedding day continues, emotions run high while danger closes in on some residents, and Liberty pays a mysterious visit to Jez at his allotment. Will Jez and John Paul say, "I do"? And what will this week mean for the village? Chaos. Jez's dark secrets threaten to destroy everything. The picturesque village of Hollyoaks is bracing itself for yet another explosive week as what should be a joyful celebration, the wedding of Jeremy Blake and John Paul McQueen, spirals into pure mayhem. What begins as a romantic promise between two lovers becomes a horrifying game of secrets, lies, and revelations that could shatter lives forever. The build-up to the ceremony has been anything but smooth for Jez and John Paul. While John Paul has been blissfully planning their big day, dreaming of a fresh start and a future filled with love and stability, Jez has been living a twisted double life. Unbeknownst to his fiancée, Jez is entangled in a web of deception, obsession, and murder, a web that's slowly unraveling around him. A groom with deadly secrets. Behind Jez's charming smile lies a darkness that not even the most cynical residents of Hollyoaks could have predicted. For weeks, Jez has been scrambling to cover up a series of horrific actions. His most shocking? The cold-blooded murder of Bobby Costello's social worker, a desperate move to hide the truth about Dennis's suspicious death. Even more disturbing is the sinister secret tucked away in Jez's shed, Robbie Roscoe, held hostage and silenced by the man the village still sees as a devoted partner and future husband. Every second that passes increases the risk that Robbie will somehow break free, or be discovered by someone wandering too close. Forbidden passion and a dangerous obsession. As if Jez's criminal behavior weren't enough to threaten his future, his secret tryst with Liberty Savage has created yet another landmine. What began as a one-time encounter meant to distract Liberty from Jez's incriminating journal has evolved into a toxic obsession. Liberty is now hopelessly infatuated with Jez, convinced that their night of passion means more than just a cover-up. But Liberty's inability to hide her feelings doesn't go unnoticed. Her brother Dodger begins to sense something is off. He corners her, determined to uncover the truth. "You're hiding something from me," he tells her, frustration and fear flickering in his eyes. "Is there something going on between you and Jez?" Just as Liberty struggles to deflect his questions, a phone call changes everything, one that will send shockwaves through the entire village. Dodger receives the heartbreaking news that Dennis's remains have been discovered. The mystery of Dennis's death is now reopened, and those who suspect Jez may soon have the proof they need. A groom unraveling. As the day of the wedding inches closer, cracks begin to show in Jez's carefully crafted mask. John Paul, growing increasingly wary of his fiancée's erratic behavior and unexplained disappearances, begins to question everything. "I don't know if I love you anymore," he confesses to Jez on the eve of the ceremony. It's a moment of doubt that pushes Jez to the brink. In a terrifying display of rage, Jez smashes a mirror, the shards symbolizing the destruction of the illusion he's worked so hard to maintain. The outburst leaves John Paul shaken to his core. Is the man he's about to marry truly capable of love, or is he hiding something far more dangerous? Tension and terror. The morning of the wedding arrives under a cloud of uncertainty. The Blakes and the McQueens gather in the village square, dressed for a celebration, but unable to ignore the tension in the air. Jez, determined to leave his past behind and force a clean slate, seeks out John Paul before the ceremony. A move that would be considered bad luck by most, but Jez is well beyond worrying about superstition. He begs John Paul for forgiveness, for a chance to make things right. Please, he says, desperation seeping through his calm facade. Let's just start fresh. Just you and me. John Paul, torn between love and suspicion, doesn't give an answer right away. The village holds its breath as Jez takes his place at the altar, eyes scanning the crowd for the man he hopes will become his husband. And then, a moment of hope. John Paul arrives. Despite his doubts, despite the lingering sense of fear, he walks toward Jez, and for a brief second, it seems the wedding might actually go ahead. Vows are exchanged, the air thick with tension, and the couple stands face to face. But this is Hollyoaks, and nothing stays quiet for long. Chaos unleashed. Just as the couple prepares to seal their vows with a kiss, an eruption of commotion slices through the ceremony. Gasps echo. A figure stumbles into the crowd. A scream pierces the air. Secrets long buried come clawing to the surface. Whether it's Liberty unable to contain her jealousy, Dodger bringing evidence of Jez's involvement in Dennis's death, or Robbie managing a dramatic escape from captivity, one thing is certain. The truth is coming out. And once it does, no one in the village will be the same again. Liberty's mysterious visit. In the emotional fallout of the wedding day, several villagers are left picking up the pieces. But for Liberty, the story is far from over. She makes a mysterious visit to Jez's allotment, the very place where he's hidden so much from the world. Is she there to warn him? To confront him? Or does she discover something, or someone, far more sinister? Her presence at the allotment could hold the key to unraveling Jez's final secret. And what she chooses to do with what she finds may mean the difference between justice and tragedy. Will they say, I do? Or will the truth win out? As Hollyoaks hurtles toward one of its most dramatic episodes in recent memory, viewers are left with a flurry of burning questions. Will John Paul see through Jez's lies in time? Will Liberty expose their affair, or protect Jez out of love? Can Dodger get justice for Dennis? And will Robbie escape before it's too late? This wedding week is set to be unforgettable. With emotions boiling over, secrets seconds from exposure, and lives hanging in the balance, the village will never be the same again. Prepare for shocks, heartbreak, and revelations as Jez's carefully constructed world threatens to collapse around him. One thing is certain, not everyone will make it out unscathed.